They're the most fashionable characters on television.
If you're trying to capture the Empire style, you have to own your swag.
But if you want to look like Cookie and Lucius, there's a way to do it without having to own an empire.
Whatever you put on, it doesn't matter. You just gotta own it.
So we joined forces with Portia herself, actress Taronda Jones, at Crossroads Trading Company, a resale shop in Wicker Park, to find some Empire fashion without paying Empire prices.
I'm cheap! I'm cheap!
We're never going to be invited back here ever again.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry.
Few characters on Empire own their swag the way Portia does, and that's a direct result of the fabulously unique style of the woman who brings her to life, the incomparable Taronda Jones.
If I see something I like, and I like this, and if it's different, I love different. I like to stand out. I don't like to be basic.
Roaming around the Wicker Park resale shop, Taronda was quick to find perfect fits for the show.
This is more, you know, somewhat of Cookie style. You want to be Hakeem?
Yeah.
Got it.
All right.
That should be easy.
I feel like Hakeem would
There
wear
you
these.
go. You're getting it.
Yeah.
You can wear these right now.
One thing soon became apparent. Anyone can rock the Empire look.
I look just like Hakeem.
No.
You just need to stand out. You just need to be loud. And you just need to own it. Case in point, Taronda enlisted her cousin Diamond and transformed her into Cookie.
You ready, Diamond? Come out. You better come out. You better own it. Yes, Cookie. Yes, Cookie. Now say Lucy.
Then came Taronda's greatest challenge of all, preparing me for my role on Empire.
I don't know what he's gonna do.
I could be
Cookie's son, long lost son. Yeah.
Sugar Cookie.
I needed to stand out, I needed to be loud, and I needed to own it. Just like that,
It's coming out. I'm so scared to see it.
Sugar Cookie was born. It's music mogul fashion at Chicago resale prices. The fashion of Empire, just as accessible to you and me as it is Cookie and Lucius. Easy, affordable, stylish, with just one simple rule. You have to own it.
I got one more for you.
One more. I'm not dressing up as Cookie.
You're gonna be Cookie.
I am not dressing up as Cookie. I am not. Cut the camera. I am not dressing up as
No,
Cookie.
don't cut anything because he's gonna be
I'm not
Cookie.
dressing up as Cookie.
I don't care what nobody
Put my
says.
suit back on.
I love the little unique closure on her.
These women are building an empire of their own.
She's also featured on the show.
Friends Bernie Hicks and Ralphette Rhodes met while working for the city of Chicago, and Bernie always loved purses.
At the city, I would change my purse daily with my outfits. So if I'm wearing something purple, I had the purple bag.
But after 23 years of working and styling,
I was fortunate to retire early at the age of 43 and do something I actually love.
Bernie retired from her job as an assistant commissioner, and not long after, Ralphette retired from hers as a chief assistant corporation counsel for the city's law department.
We started about a year and 4 months ago.
And Ruby Brownstone Enterprises was born, an event planning and fashion company all rolled into one.
In addition to starting other ventures, we also love purses.
Who doesn't love
I know.
Introducing the Ruby Brownstone Purse Collection, which viewers across the nation will soon see on Empire.
The unique styles that we have, the beautiful linings, the details that are in our purses.
And this all started with private shows and vendor events and an invitation for them to appear at a summer home show.
Next thing you know, we had people surrounding our area looking at the purses and forgetting all about home improvement.
And one of the producers from the props department of Empire saw our purses, and they were like, oh my God, Cookie would love this bag.
Within a day or two, they got a call from Empire.
And they were like, oh, I want to see some of your purses.
12 of the purses were selected.
I think that was one of the attractions, that we were from Chicago and they love that.
One of the things that I was so excited about with Empire is that the follow through and the follow up and just the personal touch that they give you.
Now their newly launched website shows all the bags Cookie and crew will be carrying when Empire starts again in February. And their empire is growing.
Just recently, we were asked to start getting purses together for season 3.
So if you have something you'd like to show on the show,
There's so many great talents in Chicago, from purses, shoes. all over. So if you have a great product, send it to Empire.
I've been doing this on my own for 36 years.
Jermiko Shoshana is already a trailblazer.
I had a lot of people tell me, you're not going to be around, you can't do this, lady.
So she's been working her way up to something big ever since. Growing up in New Orleans, she remembers one day tearing up her grandmother's white church uniform, taking it down to the river and dyeing it with the red mud.
I gave her uniform, she looked at it, and she didn't say a word. She just put it on. And my grandmother's friends saw her come in, they went, Julia, what you got on? My grandmother said, hush, my grandbaby made me this. But that's when I knew I had something. It was okay for Granny, had to be okay for everybody else.
And the rest is her story, so to speak. She's built her own brand, designing clothes for individual clients.
Look at the lining.
She let me model a few. Some of her coats have even made their way to the small screen.
When the series was out with Della Reese, Touch by an Angel, I used to see a lot of my coats on her.
But she's always dreamed of opening a retail store on the Mag Mile. She opened a boutique in the shops at Northbridge.
I had a friend come in one day and she says, do you realize, are there any African Americans on Madison Avenue? And I said, I don't know. Well, they're not. Are there any on Rodeo Drive? I said, well, I don't think so. Well, they're not. But you know what? We got one right down here on the Mag Mile. And I thought, yeah. But you know, I'm getting so tired of being the first.
A few months in, she got a visit from a former costume designer for a show that was starting called Empire.
I guess she wanted something for Taraja because they looked at coats and jackets.
That costume designer moved on before Jermiko could get her clothes on Empire, but she'd later be hired by Spike Lee to shop for one of the stars in his upcoming movie Chirac. But she wouldn't tell Jermiko who that was.
Finally, I get this message from her one day that says, you can shout it from the mountaintop. Your things are being worn by Angela Bassett. And I went, yeah, I met her. She's a cool lady.
Jermiko has since left Northbridge, but continues to work out of her warehouse, filling orders for clients like Macy's and Nordstrom. Her self-built empire continues to grow, and she has advice for young designers working to build theirs.
No, it's not an option. You know, you have to put the ego aside, and sometimes you have to put up with some things you don't want to put up, but you have to keep your eye on the goal, and you always have to put God first.